Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Birch Negaard. I know Ray pulled your arm to get you on here this morning. I mean, when Beth and I went to talk, or she went and talked to you yesterday, and she's like, I better make sure that Birch even knows that he's going to be on. I was like, well, you and I talked about this morning. If Ray tells you to do something, you kind of do it. Yeah. But I just want to thank you for being on this morning and being a part of the Superior family. I know we have your family sitting right over here. So let's go into it. Talk about how you even got started with Superior. Coming to these auctions, you're heavily involved. You sat at that table all yesterday. So tell us a little bit about that.
I started when I got done rodeo, and I started working for Superior just because I wanted to stay involved with the ag end of it, because I enjoy the people so much and the cattle. And so I've been there about since 2006, I guess. And so we get to come as a family and come to the sales and get to see a lot of people, and then I get to buy quite a few calves back for customers and this and that. So it's a lot of fun.
Talk about the kind of cattle that you look for when buying them back and things like that. I think that's always interesting to especially folks at home. Everybody's needs and wants are different. So tell us what works for you.
Most of my customers like the northern cattle from up here in this country. They're a little hardier and they feed real well. And I'm lucky enough to have some really good consigners that I've had for years, and generally I can almost bet where the calves end up going within one or two guys every year, because they're so good they just want to come back because the calves perform so well.
Yeah. Speaking of your consigners, talk about how important that relationship is that you've built with them over the years.
Yeah, it's good. I've met them over the years, and we stay in contact all year round, and they ask about different protocols, if there's programs that we need to get enrolled with, or the vaccination shots and whatnot. And then they just kind of become part of the family, and I've become friends, real good friends with lots of them.
I think that's one thing that I think is really neat, especially with your family here, this room filling up. It's a business, but it's also, you build all these great relationships that, they're not just, business partners. They become friends, and I think that's super neat. Talk about your relationship with Ray and some of the guys in Tony in this country, because that's also really neat.
When I first started, I didn't know Ray, and he used to steer wrestle years ago also, and then I got to know him. He's a great guy and does a very good job representing his cattle, and I've always looked up to him, and he sells a lot of them, and he sells them very well. Yes,
he does. Well, they're already wrapping us up. I want to thank you for being on this morning, even short notice yesterday. But thanks again, and thanks for being a part of the Superior family. When we come back, World Champion Auctioneer Ralph Wade. Don't go anywhere.